Aaron Klein of Brookings has been studying how this launch could help close the income inequality gap. Aaron, you think it's a pretty big deal. Let's discuss.
Yeah, it's great to be on. Look, 70% of people that go to check cashers in America have bank accounts. They're paying exorbitant fees because basic banking takes too long. And speeding up America's payment system is going to be a major driver to reduce overdraft fees, check cashing fees, late fees, and give people more access to their own money faster.
So again, kind of walk us through what this will actually change, look, and feel like once it goes live in the next, I guess, month.
Well, the sad thing is it alone isn't going to be enough. So right now, if you got a check, if you got walked out of work today with your paycheck Thursday afternoon and you went to deposit it Friday, June 30th, it wouldn't be available till Monday, July 3rd, right? So what happens come the first of the month when you have money due? What needs to happen is not only a faster payment system on the back end, but also corresponding regulations on the front end. Because right now, the Fed is just set to launch this system, but not actually require its usage. And that, I think, could portend to having less impact than it ought to have.
So how and where do you think we'll start to see it show up first?
Well, I think you're going to start to see some banks offer faster funds. Look, the banks themselves built their own real-time payment system years ago, right? But only some of the banks have joined, and the Federal Reserve kind of chilled implementation by other banks by promising to build this system 4 years ago. Look, it took most central banks 1 to 2 years to build this. Why it took us 4, who knows? But until banks, so I think the first thing you'll see is banks saying, come get your money faster. And whether they charge you for that or not, I don't know. Some banks already offer that, but they charge you for it a little bit. And then hopefully more and more banks offer this to their customers.
Understood. And finally, Aaron, before we let you go, we sort of started this on the point about inequality. And you do think that the speed of payments alone is, creating an unnecessary burden on lower income people. So this could help to unwind that, just faster access to cash, both on the receiving end and on the sending end.
Absolutely. Look, every overdraft fee is paid by somebody who ran out of money in their bank account. Many of the big banks have already started, and smaller banks, lowering their overdraft fees. And they found in the process that one of the things that does it the best is giving people access to their money faster. So the faster you can give people access to their money, those who are living on the margin paycheck to paycheck, the more of these fees, overdraft fees, check cashing fees, late fees they can avoid, in which case it just puts more money in their pocket. One final stat, 1 out of 12 Americans spends $350 or more a year in overdraft fees. Just returning that is about the same as a 1% increase in real wages.
And we heard the president emphasize again yesterday how he wants to see those go away. And this could be one way of doing so. Aaron, thanks. Let me turn back to Dan Dolev now for a look at the stock impact. And I can imagine why you'd be bearish on fintech stocks, thinking, well, a lot of them offer this as an innovation, saying, hey, we'll give you your access to your funds sooner through a variety of techniques. And now I guess that everyone will be able to get access to that.
Exactly. So basically, if you think about it, there's 2 ways to pay right now in America, debit and credit. Credit makes sense because you're taking risk. The bank takes risk by giving you the money. Debit is just expensive real-time payments. So the Federal Reserve is coming and saying, I'm going to build the rails that are going to offer this for free. And that's the disruption to debit right now.
One question on that. Most of us experience debit as cheaper than credit because usually they'll say you want to run a credit card, it's 3%, and a debit card, there's no fee. Why is debit itself still more expensive than what's coming?
Because up until now, like there has been the Durbin regulation in 2012 basically reduced the debit fees for large banks with $10 billion of AUM or more. But they kept a loophole that allows smaller banks to actually, charge like 152% for debit. And this shroomed into this like massive cottage industry, which the entire fintech universe is living off. Basically, those unregulated interchange, the cash card is living off of that, right?
Explain that a little bit more.
So basically, every time you swipe a debit card from that was issued by a small regional bank, right? Then basically the merchant pays like 2% on that. So $100, it's $2. And those $2 actually go, or some of it goes to Visa, MasterCard, but a big part of it actually goes to the fintech that's sort of in charge of that card.
That's interesting. Is it going to be a headwind for the small banks themselves at a time when they probably don't need one?
It's actually really interesting. There's a very small number of banks, like one of them is like Sutton Bank or Cross River Bank. Those are, private banks. They basically are running the vast majority, I would say, of these like unregulated interchanges. So the normal regional bank isn't as exposed as these sort of, I would call them like, unregulated money center banks. That's basically how they operate.